Welcome to the Community Difference Frisco, powered by the Difference Media LLC, and hosted by Brian Poduska with Real Property Management Focus, and also sponsored by Jax Kreider with PBJ Mortgage,
Lauren Gill with My Live, Love, Travel,
Debbie Watson with Abrakadoodle, Bethany Rowan with the B. Rowan Realty Group, Liliana Randa with Window Hero, Eric Buchanan with Goosehead Insurance, Meena Singh, college counselor and prep coach, and by Sean Neidig with Chicago Title. The Community Difference Frisco was created to serve as a platform for local leaders and business professionals to showcase their expertise, values, and commitment to their community. Overall, the podcast aims to create a stronger sense of community in North Texas by highlighting the often overlooked or unnoticed good work being done by local leaders, businesses, and professionals. So sit back and relax as our host, co-host, and their guests share inspirational stories, experiences, thoughts, and insights about being a professional, along with the opportunities for our businesses to serve our communities in very special ways. Because the Community Difference Frisco starts now.
Well, good afternoon, Frisco, and welcome to the Community Difference Frisco. We're a podcast firmly rooted at the intersection of business development and community involvement. I'm your host, Brian Poduska. I'm the owner of Real Property Management Focus, where we focus on your real estate investments right here in the DFW area. And I am located physically in Frisco, also a resident of Frisco for the last 13 years. If you've seen the show before, you know I'm the host. You know we have rotating co-hosts, and you know that they bring guests on every single week. An overview of the show, again, if you haven't seen us, we basically are a spotlight. We put spotlights on the local community leaders, and those leaders are in one of 5 different types of areas. So business owners, entrepreneurs, community leaders such as politicians, board members, something like that, Frisco ISD leadership, nonprofit leadership, and sports leadership. We also have a business topic that we discuss every month. We are on the last week of February. So as a review, the business topic of February is building the right relationships to build your business, leveraging strategic networking to unlock untapped opportunities. So we're going to get into that a little bit later in the show. But first, Lennon, do me a favor. Let's bring in co-host number 1. Let's bring in Debbie Watson and say hello to Miss Debbie.
Afternoon. How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you? How are you feeling?
I am getting there. Voice might be a little bit horsey today, but we feel fine. We feel fine.
Well, it's good to see you muscling through it. We just got back from a Business Development Alliance meeting in Plano, so I know we're coming in hot off the presses here. So thank you for muscling through that. And the show today, I know you've been under the weather, so good to see you're on the backside of that.
Yes. Well, let me introduce myself, and then I will introduce my guest for today. But again, my name is Debbie Watson. I am a passionate serial entrepreneur with a heart of financial literacy and creativity. As the owner of Abrakadoodle, I am dedicated to fostering artistic expression in children through process art. I'm focused on empowering others through education, creativity, and meaningful connections. Today, I'm so excited to have my guest, Chika Nana. She is a nursepreneur with over 18 years experience in nursing and a deep passion for travel. As the owner of Wanderlust Adventures, Chika helps individuals and groups discover unforgettable travel experiences. With her experience in both healthcare and travel, she's dedicated to making the world more accessible and stress-free for those looking to explore new horizons. Whether it's luxury getaways or an all-inclusive vacation, Chika's here to inspire and guide you all the way through your adventures. Let's welcome in Chika.
Hello.
Hi, Chika. How are you this afternoon?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thank you. How about yourself?
Hey, we're hanging in there, doing good, almost to the weekend, but pleasure to have you join us today. Thanks for taking your time. We look forward to diving into you a little bit later in the show. Really quickly, though, do me a favor and tell me what you're most excited to get out of the show today.
Yes, I am just looking forward to hearing all of the wonderful, the takeaways, the nuggets. I'm all about the nuggets, so I'm just ready to hear all of them.
All right. Well, like Chick-fil-A, we've got some awesome nuggets to share. Awesome. Well, look forward to learning more about you a little bit later in the show, like I said. But in the meantime, let's bring on our other co-host, Dr. Meena Singh. Let's say hello to her. Hi, Meena. How are you?
I'm good. How's everyone doing? I'm so excited to be here.
Awesome. Well, good to see you again. And do me a favor, reintroduce yourself to the audience, and then do me a favor and intro your guest as well.
Sure. So I am Dr. Meena Singh. I am an independent educational consultant. I help families navigate the college counseling and college admission process. And I'm also an educational consultant for different educational institutions to help with the curriculum development and clientele engagement. And I'm also a realtor and an author. And today I am introducing a very dear friend of mine, Janelle, and her name is Janelle Wistel. She is the Vice President and Chief of Appraisal at Clear Falls Valuations, LLC. And her role goes beyond real estate valuation. She's actually a true advocate of community and collaboration. And she also teaches at Real Estate School of Champions, Champion Real Estate School. And she is also, whenever she's not doing all this, she has an antique business. She's a treasure hunter, and she has 2 boutiques in Plano and Frisco. And she's also a realtor. And she has many networking collaboration opportunities. She has been hosting them for past few years that I know of, and she's a great collaborator. And I'm so excited that she's here.
All right. Well, let's bring in Janelle. Say hello.
Hi.
Hi, Janelle. Good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Thanks for taking time out to spend with us. Sounds like you're a very busy woman. So with that, we'll jump right to it. Question for you. I heard we talked a little bit backstage that you've been a longtime Frisco resident. What's your favorite thing about living in Frisco?
I think probably how vibrant Frisco is. I think we're still I love the community aspect of it, where I feel we're still a tight-knit community, but there's always something around the corner, whether it's a new restaurant, new something, right? It's always exciting around here. And this is my bubble. I tend not to go outside my bubble. But we have everything, and yeah, I enjoy living here.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because our next segment is called What's Up Frisco, and we will talk about what's going on in the city of Frisco this weekend and coming up in the near future. So with that, stick around, find out what's going on in Frisco. We'll be right back to tell you.
The Community Difference Frisco is made possible by Brian Poduska with Real Property Management Focus, Bethany Ralwin with the Beer Ralwin Realty Group, Liliana Aranda with Window Hero, Jax Kreider with PBJ Mortgage, Debbie Watson with Abrakadoodle, Eric Buchanan with Goosehead Insurance, Meena Singh, College Counselor and Prep Coach, Sean Neidig with Chicago Title, and by Lauren Gill with My Live Love Travel. The Community Difference Frisco. Together, we can make the difference. And now, back to the show.
Are you ready?
Because it's time for
What's Up Frisco?
All right, welcome back. As you heard, this is the What's Up Frisco segment. So we are going to talk about what's going on around town. We're going to talk about any fundraisers, community events, job openings, you name it, anything going on around town. We're going to talk about it right now. So with that, we're going to let our guests go first. So Chica, I want you to lead off. I know you got a couple things that you wanted to make sure you socialize, so it's all yours.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. So the first event I wanted to highlight is with the African Think Tank. So tonight, it's actually 5 cities, but in Dallas tonight, it is the African Networking and Growth Mindset Mixer. It is the first one of the year. So it is from 6 to 9, and it's going to be at the Royal Palace Restaurant and Lounge. And the African Think Tank is for friends and families of Africa, for allies, and it's just a great networking event. So for everyone, anyone, come on out, africanthinktank.com/mixer. And the second event that I wanted to talk about is with 3N1 Trinity Services. And they are having, it is a vendor event May 24th. So it's a couple of months out, but you can definitely go on the website and take a look at what is going on. That is 3, the letter N, 1, trinityservices.org. And there are a lot of wonderful things that the organization puts together. So definitely take a look at that.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing those. I appreciate that. Janelle, I'm going to hand it over to you. I know you've got at least one thing that I'm soon to be intimately familiar with, but go ahead and take it away.
So we have the Real Deal Mix. It's on the first Thursday of every month. And our esteemed speaker this month is going to be Brian. And that's going to be Thursday. So it's going to be next Thursday. So that'll be the first Thursday of the month. So, you know, if you are loosely related to, you know, the real estate industry, I say come on out. It's just great conversation and real lovely group of people. And that's hosted at the Star in Frisco, Neighborhood Services. So, you know, come join us.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. And we are going to be focusing on strategic networking. So a very relevant topic to what we're talking about on the show today. So look forward to that next Thursday, Neighborhood Services, right there in the Star, starting what time? 5:30?
4:30 to 7:30, 8:30. Yeah.
No question mark. Love it. Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Debbie, I'm going to hand it over to you next. You are up.
Okay, well, great. Well, this is in April 26th is the 6th annual Frisco Uncorked. So if you like to sample wine, this is a great time. There'll be tons of vendors, all sorts of wine and different tastings. It is presented by our own HEB. So be sure and start getting your tickets because there are tickets to be had. And you don't want to miss that. And then we have the opening of our Rough Riders, as they were sponsors and soon to be sponsors. So that's April 4th through the 6th is their opening weekend. If you come out to the ballpark, you'll get a magnet. There'll be a post-game fireworks on April 4th, the mascot mania. So lots of fun things, always a great time out at the Rough Riders. So we look forward to that. And that's what I have.
Awesome. Thank you. Yes, our wonderful partners, the Frisco Rough Riders, looking forward to another awesome season with them and doing some great things with them here on the podcast. So thank you for sharing that, Debbie. All right, Meena, you are up. What's up, Frisco?
Thank you, Brian. So I have 2 events. The one is tonight. It's a mixer in the literal and figurative sense because we have the visual art and the Frisco Arts, Play Frisco. It's a mixer event at the Hall Park Hotel and starts at 6. So I think it'll be, and they have light refreshments and representatives from all the organizations to be there to be talked. And they have an art exhibition. It's always really nice to be there. It's a good event, community event. And the other one that I have is it's at the Islamic Center. And this is very important because, as you know, we are heading into the local elections and early voting starts on April 26th. And this is where we can meet, the community can meet all the members of city council candidates who are standing for Frisco ISD board and city council. I think that's a good event to be at and to know what's going on in our city.
Well, I couldn't agree more. Lennon, leave that up for a minute if you wouldn't mind. I'm glad you brought this event up because it's a rare opportunity to get all the candidates together in one location.
Yeah.
And I highly, highly, highly recommend people educate themselves on who is running for either Frisco ISD trustee board or the city council. I've said it before on the program, presidential race, Senate race, all that stuff on the national level always gets the news, but the most impact that you can make at is at the local level. The roads that you drive on, the showers that you take in the morning, that water is all supplied by decisions made right here in the city. So definitely come out to this event in particular. All those candidates will be there in attendance. I did want to add on that Gopal Panani, who is transitioning off of the Frisco ISD Board of Trustees and running for City Council Place 4, is having an event this evening, 6:30 to 8:30. It's his campaign kickoff officially at the Grandian venue. It's at 1810 Parkwood Boulevard, right here in Frisco. We had Sangeeta Datta, who is also running for Place 4 on the show. We had a live look in from her. So we are trying to educate our listeners as much as possible, introducing those candidates through our show as well. And Gopal did say he wants to come on to the show as well. We'll see if we can get Mr. Elid on the show as well, also running for that candidate, that space 4 candidacy in city council. All right. Well, thank you for that, Meena. Appreciate that. All right, Lennon, I think I am up next. So if you don't mind just throwing up my splash screens and I'll talk to them. Starting tonight, it's tomorrow. It starts tomorrow. So baseball is officially here. Not only are the Rough Riders starting in April, but we have college baseball right here in Frisco at Rough Rider Stadium. It's the Frisco College Baseball Classic. You can see the teams. There's 4 of them: LSU, Nebraska, K-State, and Sam Houston State. The schedule's up there. It's $20 for all day in the ballpark. Go on out there, show up. It's supposed to be great weather this weekend. Watch some good college baseball over there at Rough Rider Stadium. All right, next up. Also this weekend on the 1st, as you're going to see, there's a lot going on March 1st, but this is Texas Independence Day at PGA Frisco. It's 6 to 8 p.m. There is a live concert, free whiskey tasting, and a custom hat bar. So it is a tribute to George Strait is the dude who's playing live music. Go out there, check it out at PGA Frisco, 6 to 8 p.m. on Saturday. And then also on Saturday evening, so you can go from one to the other if you could time it just right. But at Kaleidoscope Park, Debbie always highlights Kaleidoscope Park. They're having their first Saturday concert this Saturday night, 7 to 9 p.m. Go on out to Kaleidoscope Park. I did want to throw in as well, recently up for approval is a almost 1.5 acre addition to Kaleidoscope Park for approval. It's a $14 million project. Half is funded by the Frisco CDC. Half will be funded by the Hall group. So that is up for approval right now. Kaleidoscope Park is awesome. It's going to be awesomer, if that's a word. But come check that out this Saturday night, 7 to 9 p.m. All right, next up. All right, we got the Safety Town Open House. I've been mentioning this. It's a quarterly event, but the first one is March 1st. So again, it's on Saturday. This one's in the morning, 9:30 a.m. to noon. It's at the community safety park right there off of the main fire station, right near Preston and Main Street. So come check that out. Bring your kids out. They've got Jeep rides. They've got bike rides. Great event to go to. Next up, similarly, in with our police department. So the Citizens Police Academy starts March 20th, goes through June 5th. It's in the evening, 6:30 to 9 p.m. I believe they meet on Thursdays maybe. But you can see all the things they cover. You get basically behind the scenes access and ride-alongs and things like that with the Frisco Police Department. We also have our Frisco officer. He's all the way on the left-hand side of the picture. You can see him there, Josh Lavelle. He's on with us the first Thursday of every month, so he'll be on next Thursday with us. Check out the Citizens Police Academy if you want to get to know our police force and their operations better. Next up. All right, it's the Pro FTB Golf Tournament going on at Frisco PGA. So that's March 21st to the 23rd. You've got former pro football athletes. So these are all NFL guys, some of them Hall of Famers. You can see my guy Brian Urlacher up there in the picture. Go on out to Frisco PGA, and just you can meet these guys, right? So they're going to play for a few days. They've got a pro-am. Go out there, shake hands, get autographs. Good times again at the PGA Frisco, March 21st to the 23rd. And next up is the Adopt a Park. I did want to mention this. Great team building opportunity. Great way to get some signage up at a local park. But most importantly, you're helping take care of the multitude of Frisco parks that need attention throughout the city. So check that out. You can go on to the cityofFrisco.gov website and check that out. And then I do want to mention this. It's a business incubator program for budding entrepreneurs in high school. It's right here in Frisco ISD. They're looking for volunteers. So think of this as a Shark Tank for high school students. They're looking for volunteers to either mentor, coach, sit on the board of directors to help them move on to the next level in the competition. Miss Ashley Singh is the director of this program. She handles funding and sponsorships for the Frisco ISD group as well. Her information is up there on the screen. If you have time to volunteer, please reach out to Ashley. And then this one, near and dear to my heart, this is a Frisco Scholar. It's the Frisco Education Foundation benefit, is the beneficiary of this dodgeball tournament. So this is a fundraising dodgeball tournament. This is literally hot off the presses. This is being put on by Leadership Frisco Class 28, of which I am a part, as is Ashley, who was on the previous screen. But we are putting on this dodgeball tournament as a fundraiser for the Frisco Education Foundation. You can see this is just a save the date at this point. We will have more details coming, but it's Friday, May 2nd. We do know that. It will likely be from 9 a.m. to probably noon or 1 or 2. Again, more details to come, but please do save that date. We're looking for not only players, i.e. donors, by entering, you're already making a donation, but if you have a service or a business service or something that you want to donate, we would love to have that as part of our raffle or silent auction as well. So think about that. We would love your participation coming up, and more details will be coming out on that. And I think that does it. Am I wrong on that, Lyndon?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, awesome. Well, that's a lot. So that's what's going on in Frisco, either this weekend or coming up in the coming weeks and months. Thank you for that, ladies. I appreciate your additions to that. With that, we are going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to dive into the business topic of the month. Again, leveraging strategic networking to unlock untapped opportunities. Stick around. You're going to get some good Chick-fil-A and hopefully usable nuggets out of that. Be right back.
The Community Difference would like to thank each of the following partners for their continued support. At Fireboss Realty, we believe life is about relationships, and everything else is just details. Whether you're buying or selling, Scott and Amy Johnson are here to understand your family's unique needs and deliver expert guidance on the North Texas real estate market. With a reputation for integrity and personalized service, Fireboss Realty makes your home journey stress-free and successful. Ready to make your move? Visit firebossrealty.com and let's ignite your real estate dreams.
Everyone deserves access to affordable health insurance, but with traditional insurance, costs can be high and getting coverage can be complicated. JP Direct Health is a simpler, more affordable way to get the health coverage you need. With plans for individuals, families, and small businesses, you can save money on monthly premiums without the need for physicals. At jpdirecthealth.com, we specialize in customizing coverage to fit almost every budget with affordable PPO plans and many other benefits. With over 100 5-star Google reviews, JP Direct Health is a trusted resource making health insurance affordable and accessible for everyone year-round. Affordable health insurance solutions are a proactive protection, not a reactive solution. Visit jpdirecthealth.com today and see how much you can save.
I'm always here to help. Thank you. Total Care Emergency Room now has 9 locations in the DFW Metroplex. With no appointment needed, our incredible staff will get you checked in with no wait times. Our 5-star facility is open and fully staffed 24/7. We offer extensive treatment options for patients of all ages, providing on-site labs and imaging equipment, including CT, X-ray, and ultrasound, allowing us to provide fast, convenient care for our community. Total Care ER is your neighborhood emergency room. TotalCare.us.
Unwanted pests in your home can be stressful. From creepy crawlies to critters under the floorboards, they disrupt your peace of mind. But don't worry. All Pest Solutions is here to help. We offer a comprehensive range of safe and effective pest control solutions. We target all types of pests, big or small, including insects, rodents, and wildlife. All Pest Solutions, your local experts for a pest-free home. Breathe easy and enjoy your life again. Call today for a free quote. 972-442-1169 or email us at customerservice@allpestsolutions.com.
To belong is one of our most basic human needs. Best Buddies International is the world's largest organization dedicated to ending the social isolation of 200 million individuals who have intellectual and developmental disabilities. We focus on meaningful one-to-one friendships, integrated employment, leadership development, and inclusive living. You have the power to make an impact, create change, and champion our mission of inclusion today.
Now back to the show.
All right, welcome back to the show. We are going to talk about our business topic of February, last week of February. We have had quite a few good nuggets shared, and I look forward to getting into some more today. Building the right relationships to build your business, leveraging strategic networking to unlock untapped opportunities. So I'll kick off the discussion, and I'm going to focus on the meat of it, right? So leveraging strategic networking to unlock untapped opportunities. I'll break it down into 3 different parts. So leveraging, number 1, strategic networking, number 2, and then untapped opportunities being the third. Strategic networking, I want to focus on that first and foremost. So, and then we can get into how we leverage that and why we can leverage that. But first and foremost, networking is a very broad and general term, right? And you ask somebody, hey, are you active in networking? Yeah, I'm active in networking. Okay, well, what are you doing in networking? What are you doing to network? Does that mean you're going to a happy hour and you're exchanging business cards, or are you doing something more than that? If you do that, what do you do to follow up? How do you foster a relationship? So that's what I want to start with, and then we can start digging into how you leverage, how you are doing strategic networking, and then getting to that, unlocking those untapped opportunities. So with that, strategic networking, give me an example of how you are strategic networking. And I'm going to throw it out. I always say ladies first, but I don't have a choice today. Oh, ladies.
Yeah.
I will throw it out to our guests first. And let's start with you, Chika. How are you strategic networking, or how would you define strategic networking in your own words?
Yeah, so I would say, the word says it all, strategy. What are you doing to make sure that you network with the people, the right people? Because there's a lot of networking events. So I think making sure you go in with intention. So whether it is, you look on what's the Eventbrite or your neighborhood group that you're in, and you have to make sure that you attend the events that fit with you and align with what you're doing. And then you attend the events and you meet the people that align with your business. And it's the connections that you meet. You don't just get the business card, but it's the follow-up and forming those relationships. But definitely having a strategy and knowing where you're going versus just going to anything.
Yeah, very, very good points. And I like the fact that you focus on the word strategy, right? Because that's certainly part of it. So you're right. It's not necessarily the strategy. You have to have a strategy from when you walk in, right? And say, who do I want to meet? And it could be anybody, right? Doesn't have to necessarily be one of your potential, what you might consider your best synergy partner? I heard you say relationships, right? How do you develop? I think that's super important. All right, I think we had a little bit of feedback there, but I think we're good. So, all right, with that, who else wants to take a stab at their definition of strategic marketing or strategic networking, I should say?
I agree with Chica. That's something I think when I go into at these mixers and meeting people, I'm looking for people I connect with, right? And we align, our values align, our business ideas align. And I always look to take it from there. I usually follow up and try to reach out and schedule a coffee or lunch. I'm just a people person. I want that one-on-one time to really learn more, because usually at a mixer, you're talking to this person, you know, and sometimes it's like, yay, this is so cool, but then you get a little distracted. There's so many people there. And then following up and just having that one-on-one time, because that's when you bond, right? That's when you bond, you get to know their business a little better, their needs a little better. And I'm always looking to see, how can I participate? How can I, you know, put in some value towards what they're doing, and see if we align, you know, and that fosters this nice long relationship. And usually all kinds of unexpected things can come out of that. So
Yeah, you know, it's something just to even think about a little bit deeper, because we're talking about that networking. You know, when you think about networking, it's not just about business growth, I think, but also about giving back. So how would you leverage your business connections to support a broader mission and create a lasting positive impact on our community? And I know, Chica, you and I kind of talked about this, and I loved, you know, what you had shared about. So maybe start with you and see if you could share something on that.
Yeah. So one thing that I do, and if whether it's someone I meet or an organization that they are a part of, and they align, or I just love what they're doing, I like to see what I can do to assist, whether it's volunteering or whether it's if I know someone who could benefit or could help with what they're doing. I just like to see, you know, the resources, and like I said, you know, all the networking events we've attended, there's lots of cards, lots of people that I know. So I just like to look and see, who do I know that might be able to support or help that organization or what they're doing. So that's just something that I like to do when I can.
Yeah, and just to dig just a little bit deeper on that, you know, you and I talked about how we did do, you know, one year you're just like, all you were, you network. You went to every network, and how did that pay off? You know, so I think that's even where the strategy that you came about. It's like, okay, you can go to 100 different networkings, but is it going to meet or go into your strategy of meeting your goals? So I think that's where you made the switch more to more community.
That is very true. So yes, last year I was a lot of places, but I told myself, you know, being intentional about what you're going to do and where you're going to put your time. And one of the organizations which I talked about earlier today, that when I found out what they are doing and, you know, how their goals, they align with me as a person and my children, I wanted to make sure that I did what I could do and what I can do. You know, I might not have all the time in the world, but the time that I do have, I want to make sure that I am helping in whatever sense that is. So it's just being intentional in everything that I do and making sure that I still give back when I can, with however that looks, just knowing that I've done something to help with that organization. And yeah, that's just what
yeah. And I'm sure it even helps with your business too. So it just comes back full. So
I really like, Chica, the way you use the words intentional, because I feel that's very important. So I remember the good old days when I started networking. It was more about taking the card and, you know, giving my card out. But, you know, what after that? That's very important. And I felt that, and I think Janelle, we always talk about this as a realtors, peer realtors, that there's so many realtors out there. Then how do you add value to it, right? So is it just, in your experience, how do you create that collaborative, I would say, ecosystem for yourself rather than just being competitive with each other? And if you have any example for us.
Yeah, the networking event. I'm sorry, am I getting feedback? Yeah, the networking was really created for just that purpose, was so we could all come together, realtors, lenders, appraisers, and actually share information, and and support each other. And by doing that, we all bring something to the table. Realtors. I'm a realtor, but I'm more of a friends and family realtor. I'm mostly an appraiser, right? But realtors are the front people. They're interacting with the buyers and sellers, and appraisers are in the background, crunching numbers, looking for patterns, and seeing how the market's moving. And lenders are they're seeing how the interest rates are going, how things are changing. And when we come together, in that nice warm setting, and we share information, we're stronger as a system. And then it goes to the consumers. We're better able to serve our community, our clients, our customers, our consumers, and they're more educated. And we just have this really nice, healthy community, and that was the goal for that, was how we could all come together and support each other, and give back to our community in that way. And I like where it's going. I think it's a nice environment.
Yeah, and it's always good to be a connector of a connector, because people remember you more. There's so many times that people have not used my services, but they would always refer me. So that is amazing.
Yeah.
Well, and I like what you said there, Janelle. You used the term community, right? So you formed a community over, it sounds like, a couple year period of time, real estate focused individuals, it sounds like, but that is now a community, right? And that gets to the other part of this business topic. Again, business topic being leveraging strategic networking to unlock untapped opportunities. So I mentioned I wanted to cut that up in 3 different sections. You guys have hit very nicely on the strategic aspect of networking, the leveraging piece. So Janelle, you said that you formed a community. So inherent with the community is, like you said, we all kind of lift each other up. Those of us in the community, we're here on the Community Difference. We have community leaders who come on to the show. So how do you leverage that community to get to those untapped opportunities? And I guess let's focus on the word leverage, right? So it kind of hit me, like you said, okay, community. Well, how do you leverage that community? Now you're not just a power of one, but you're a power of many. So talk to that if you don't mind.
So my goal, or my focus in this was, I'm not a field appraiser. I'm not out in the field right now, but as an industry, I wanted to be able to support, to be a resource for lenders, for realtors, because that really helps the whole transaction. Every real estate transaction moves smoother. And this was, there's a lot of real estate events, not many led by appraisers. And so how it benefits me is really making that whole transaction move smoother. So bringing appraisers, realtors, and lenders together in a friendly environment, that was the ultimate goal for me. And everybody has something that they can benefit from that. So it's kind of a win-win for everybody. So that was the idea behind doing that, and leveraging that to help the whole industry. And so we're not competitive. So appraisers aren't the enemy, or trying to be the obstacle in a transaction. And from where I'm at, it needed to be the whole, right? The whole industry, the whole transaction. That helps me in what I do.
Well, I like that aspect of it because, as we all know, there are certain roadblocks and hurdles that every real estate transaction is going to face at some point. And if you know people along that transaction line that you can call or get to help with that effort, it makes every transaction that much smoother. So you're absolutely right in that if you have everybody pulling in the same direction and you already have that relationship, that leverage can be enormous. So I love what you're doing, especially you mentioned, there's not many events that are, or communities that are started by appraisers. You guys are often, lurking in the background a little bit. You could certainly be the blocker in a deal when it comes to a mortgage that gets approved. So I do like that aspect and the innovation of you guys, or you in particular, and your group proactively forming those relationships. So kudos to you on that.
Yeah, and Brian, to go along with that, because Chica is in a very unique competitive business too. So a lot of small business owners fear collaboration, and they fear that they have to go it alone. How do you think small businesses, especially in the travel industry, can overcome their fear by being engaged in an ecosystem to grow faster and more substantially, would you say?
Yes. So, it's funny because I don't know if it's funny, but I was one. I thought, I was going to try and do this alone, but I realized, Chica, you can't do things alone. So I would attend events, and I told myself, I talk to myself sometimes, but I told myself,
we all do.
We're stronger together. So why not highlight or show just what people are doing in the community? So if I meet someone and I like what they're doing, but if I feel strong what they're doing, I highlight it on my platform. It might not be the biggest platform, but I know and I feel that someone could benefit from what I'm sharing. So I think we just need to collaborate. It is collaboration over competition. So whether it is you going to a vendor event and meeting other people and seeing what they're doing and see how you can collaborate, you don't have to do it with the intent of this is going to be my next customer. You just go openly with the collaboration, and if something happens, great. If not, that's fine too. But it's just opening up your mind and being open to collaborating with other people, and knowing that you're stronger together. So that is just something that I do. I like to highlight, like I said, highlight different businesses and owners and what they're doing for the community, and just being stronger together.
Yeah, that's I think a great point. And I've always felt that as a small business owner, you feel alone sometimes, right? But if you have a community, if you can leverage your connections, your peers and others, like I collaborate all the time from PTA to different communities, parent organizations and schools. And it's a great way that how you get, support back from them. So you're not just working alone, you're using everybody's network. I feel you tenfold your network when you bringing the community together to leverage your services or your products that you have.
I love that you said that, because Meena and I actually we do collaborate a lot together, and I just have to give kudos. She this past week, a friend of mine from Hong Kong is trying to legalize homeschooling in Hong Kong and China, and when she was here a couple of months ago, I introduced her to Meena, and Meena was on her show just the other day, and they've been collaborating together, even though it's across the world. So I think if we help one another in everything that we do, and we're looking for ways to help, then it'll come back to you, because she's introduced me to other people for my business. So I just love that we can all collaborate together and help each other. And it might not be that person that's like Chica said, it might not be that person that does or buys something or whatever. It's just that they know that, hey, this is my go-to person. If you need something, you need to call Chica, or so.
Yeah.
Well, I've got business ideas spinning in my head for Chica here. So with Meena being a cross-continental podcaster, Chica has the travel business. I'm feeling some travel opportunities here cross-continentally. Just saying. I'm just throwing out ideas. Spitballing here, spitballing. Well, ladies, great insights on the topic. What I like to do, or what we like to do to put a bow on it, is we have a segment that's called "What's the Difference?" So, Lennon, go ahead, play our sounder real quick.
And now it's time for What's the Difference?
Awesome. So our little sounder there it signifies the what's the difference. So I'm going to ask you a question, and it's related to the business topic, right? I want to know what your perspective is on the following question. We might get a couple in here depending on how much time we have. But one of the things I just heard Chica talk about, which I like to, derive these questions based on some of the organic stuff that we've already talked about. But this one being, what's the difference between competition and collaboration in business growth? So what's the difference between competition and collaboration in business growth? Chica, you just kind of answered that one already, which is why it kind of sparked the question. But I want to go around the horn. I'd like you guys to answer that question, and then I'll kind of give you what the curated answer would be. And we won't grade too harshly, but we'll see how you guys do versus the curated answer. So go for it, Chica.
Okay. So honestly, it's just collaborating. It's putting away, I would say just putting away the difference and not focusing on what you do, just collaborating. That's really what it is. And just having that mindset that we are going in to collaborate. And yes, we might be in the same field, but that's okay. We might have different insights or different things that we specialize in. You never know. So just going in it together and removing the competition piece and just focusing on collaborating. I think that's what I would say. That's how to answer that.
Yeah, love it. Well, that's spot on. All right, Janelle, what's the difference between competition and collaboration in business growth?
I think collaboration's a game changer. I think competition's much more limiting. When you throw away those shackles and not just focus on, just what's in front of you, you open yourself up to bring in all kinds of ideas, bring in insight, share insight, add value. It's more about just a more open mindset. It's kind of, just with the networking thing again, bringing in appraisers, realtors, and lenders, and instead of them working in silos when they're collaborating now, they're helping, our businesses are related. We can bring insight at least, or share resources, or benefits our clients, and consumers. So I think it's a game changer, especially in the real estate space.
Yeah, agreed. And I think it goes back to that leverage word, right? If you're coming at it from a competition standpoint, how do you leverage? If you're not collaborating, how do you leverage? Awesome. Love it. Meena, what about you? What's your answer to that question?
So I think it's a mixture of what Chica and Janelle have already said. It's all about the mindset and, going with that limited belief that, okay, this person is my competition, but you also have to see what value are you bringing to the table and what specialities do they have? And then, synergizing. It's more about synergizing rather than, competing. It's more like, it's more limiting, I would say, competition. If you look at collaboration, you would grow more and you leverage your, your plus points.
Love it. All right. Well, good ad. Debbie, I know it's hard to go last because
I know. It's like they've said everything.
It is a ditto.
But I will say pretty well what everyone said, but it's funny because I always, when I very first started, I was in financial and thank goodness I changed it going into the new business. But when I was in financial, I was very competitive. If you work for another company, I was kind of like, I don't have anything to talk to you about, and I would totally avoid it, you know. But the things that I've learned now is some of the clients that I might handle are not the same clients that someone else. So why wouldn't you want to partner together to say, oh, you know what, I'm not the right person for you, but I have a person. So, you know, going into this new business, there was a lady just recently reached out, and she was competition, but I still talked to her, and we're still finding ways that maybe we can help each other. So to Meena, what Meena said is so true. It is a scarcity mindset. If you think that someone, just because they're in the same area as you, that you cannot collaborate together, then you'll never grow. You'll never be able to grow that ecosystem that we all want. So
just a point there, Brian, I think it's our natural instinct or our reptilian brain that goes into operation the minute we see somebody doing something like us. Like, you know, we're like scared for us, I think, so it's a more like a survival mode that we go to. But if you think cognitively with your frontal cortex, I think then that's when the collaborative, you open up your mind and you think in a different manner. I would say it's a different perspective. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, agreed. And you know, the old saying, are you playing chess or are you playing checkers? Right.
Right.
Right. From the competition is my enemy. Okay, you're playing checkers. But if you think about it more strategically, are you playing chess or checkers?
Yeah.
So, yeah, good point. All right. So the official curated answer on the question of what's the difference between competition and collaboration and business growth, the answer is competition assumes a scarcity mindset. So I heard that statement said. I've heard limiting. I heard shackles, right? Where businesses fight for the same resources, while collaboration assumes abundance, where businesses leverage each other's strengths to expand. So, I'd have to say you guys knocked that one out of the park pretty well. All right, we've got, I think, time for one more question. We're going to make this a little bit quicker. So I'm going to limit your answers to like 20 seconds or less. So we have to think them. I'm picking this question because of Janelle and what she said as the reason for being in her networking group. But what's the difference between individual success and ecosystem success? So Janelle, since I'm picking this because of you, I'm going to start with you. 20-second answer to that question. And you are on mute, by the way.
I would have to go back to same, right? Individual success is just what you can do. It's limiting. It's what you can produce, where when you're collaborative, right, it's everybody that can bring something and add value to you. It's just more abundance. That's mine. That took up 20 seconds.
Yeah, that's good. Good timing. Love it. All right, Chico, what about you?
I would say, do you want to win alone, or do you want to win together? You know, it's better together. It's really, let's all win and figure out how we can all win.
Yeah.
Love it. And you know, we're sports nerds on this show. So I always absolutely win as a team, lose as a team. And I love the analogy of golf, right? So golf is an individual sport, but like Jordan Spieth, right? He's from the Dallas area. Whenever he wins a tournament, he always talks about his caddy, and he talks about we, right? Or lose, win or lose, right? So we did this, we did that. Well, no, dude, you're the golfer, but no, he's got a caddy, and he always says we. So I love that perspective. That's awesome. All right, so that was my 20 seconds or more. Debbie, what do you got?
So I look at it as like, if I'm just trying to do this alone, then I'm just doing it alone. I'm just being a salesperson going on. If I'm trying to work and build a system, an ecosystem around me, then I have multiple businesses that can share what I'm doing, my goals, and we just grow so much faster together when you really bring people into your system.
Love it. Very succinct. Well done. Within 20 seconds. Love it. All right, Meena, how about you? 20-second test.
Ditto. No, but I would say that, when you're alone, you're just working alone. When you're together, your team, it's like a snowball effect. You might dry up one side or one resource, but you still have many more as a team. So I think it's better to have an ecosystem where you have multiple resources. Yeah.
Yep. Resource sharing. I love it. Okay, cool. Here's the answer to what's the difference between individual success and ecosystem success. Individual success focuses on personal business growth, while ecosystem success ensures that multiple businesses within a network benefit together. Entrepreneurs focused on ecosystem success often scale faster. So that's key fact there is the speed, right? And build stronger brand loyalty than those focused solely on individual achievement. So good job. Love it. All right. That puts a bow on our business topic of the month and really on the month of February. So you guys nailed it, knocked it out of the park, up last and hit it out of the park. Appreciate the insights and the nuggets, much better than Chick-fil-A, I must say. So with that, we're going to take our last commercial break. I want to give our guests some time to share to the audience more about themselves. Who are they, right? Let's get to know them a little bit better. That's coming up right after this break.
At the Community Difference Business Development Alliance, powered by the Difference Media, LLC, our mission is to empower small business owners by transcending acceptable behaviors and outcomes into exceptional realms. We foster a culture of self-awareness, accountability, and proactive engagement, guiding individuals to recognize and overcome indifference towards transformative actions, habits, behaviors, and processes driving meaningful change. Through strategic networking, impactful content creation, and innovative top-of-mind strategies, we cultivate brand relevance and differentiation, enabling our partners and the Difference community to stand out in crowded markets. With a focus on building authentic connections, amplifying brand presence, and driving sustainable growth, we equip entrepreneurs with the tools and mindset to navigate the complexities of entrepreneurship with confidence, innovation, and resilience. Together, we aim to be the catalyst for difference makers, propelling them towards their highest potential and leaving a lasting impact on their businesses and communities. That's where our community podcasts come in. These podcasts lie directly at the intersection of innovative business development and community involvement, helping to bridge the gap between small business obscurity often seen in our communities. The community-based podcasts called the Community Difference Series are an integral part of integrating all facets of modern business development into a package of great content, positive impact branding, and top-of-mind presence, thus fulfilling the greater mission we set forth. When we set out to be difference makers, we can learn to make a difference and find the success and impact innately desired by all business owners and entrepreneurs. We are difference makers.
And now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back. Now we are doing the spotlight segment. So let's start with Chica. Easy question for you, softball question, which I haven't asked in probably over a year, but I'm bringing it back, baby. Is your bed currently made? Yes or no?
What?
What? Be honest.
Oh gosh. Halfway.
Okay. Very political answer. I'm going to call that no. Your bed is not made. All right. Same question to you, Janelle. Is your bed currently made?
Partially.
Okay, so that's a no. All right, good. So we've got two little personal nuggets out of you guys. And a little side note, don't feel bad because, statistically, we probably go about 50-50 on that question.
Yeah.
So
well, Brian knows the answer to mine because it's never made. So
that's right. And what happened, the reason I stopped asking is everybody who's on the show and who's watched it before would always game it. And they'd, of course, even if they don't make their bed on a regular basis, that day they'd make sure to make their bed. So I guess we can take that as a compliment that we're driving positive habits out of larger society. But no, thanks for that. We're just having a little bit of fun. I do want to get a little bit into deeper aspects of like what drove you guys. At least Lauren's getting a kick out of it too. So thanks for chiming in there, Lauren, one of our other co-hosts on the Frisco show. Chica, what drove you to and inspired you to start your travel business?
Yes. So I'm a nurse by background, and I absolutely love meeting people, but I needed something more. I knew I wanted something more out of life, and I love traveling. And when I found out that I could do what I love doing, travel the world, meet people, still take my nursing, my nursing background into it, I was like, okay, I'm going to be a travelpreneur. So nursepreneur turned travelpreneur. And I just like helping people experience the world stress-free. So I take the stress out of it, whether it's that busy mom who has no time to plan a trip for her family. I like to help, whether it is that businesswoman or businessman who has no time. I like to do it for them. So I just like to allow people to experience the world, and I take the stress away, and I do it for them.
Well, and I guess follow-up question. So helping people, usually if you're in the hospital or need a nurse, you are there for not so fun reasons, right? On the flip side, if you're traveling, hopefully it's for something fun. Even if it's for business, it could be fun. So how's that dichotomy been for you as you transition from one to the other?
Well, I do both, because I can't. Once a nurse, always a nurse.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then you have to flip the mental switch and be like, all right, this isn't, this is now more for fun, right?
I do both. I do both. I love it. But I take what I know about nursing and I apply it. So whether it's helping plan or just different skills that I know from nursing, I just add it with the travel.
Love it. That's awesome. So question for you, we were talking a little bit backstage before we came live here. You're not an original Texan, right?
No.
Where are you from?
Yeah, I love to say I was born in Boston, raised in Tampa. I'm in Dallas, but I'm Nigerian. So I love to show the layers.
Quite a few layers. We got to peel that back. Trying to pick up. I don't have a Boston accent, so you weren't there long enough to pick up a Boston accent. Florida, Southern accent, I guess. But no, that's awesome. I always love to hear how people ended up here in DFW, because there are so many folks that are not native Texans, but proudly proclaim themselves Texans now, myself included. So love that. Janelle, same to you. Same question to you. And what inspired you to get multiple ways involved in the real estate industry?
On the appraisal side, probably because I'm a nerd at heart. Natural. And then I like to call myself the friends and family realtor. So that gives me that socialization, and I am social. Despite doing what I do like to socialize. I do like to have events. I really enjoy bringing people together. So most of the events come out of that. And then, I dabble in antiques, and that gets all my socialization out there. So,
let's talk about that antique business. So you said that you have a location in Plano and Frisco?
Yeah.
When I'm not doing real estate, that's, I'm searching for treasures, and that's my happy place. So.
Very cool. Very cool. Love that. And you're a longtime Frisco resident. So when did you move to Frisco? How long have you been here?
Originally 2005. It was just that natural progression you made from North Dallas to Plano to Frisco. And then I stayed. So I don't think I'm going up Prosper and Salina. I think
soon you're going to be in Oklahoma.
The building now is like Gunter and Sherman, Van Austin, Prosper and Salina are like spoken for. So I do have a little bit of news for you. I live next to the hole in the ground in Frisco. So I live right adjacent to that. And so they've started construction. So I stopped by there, just pulled in the other day, like 2 days ago, and talked to the general contractor. And, he said it's going to be about a year of the infrastructure. That's what he's working on. So progress, and then we'll have Whole Foods and restaurants and a whole bunch of more stuff.
So I'm sorry, I didn't hear. You're near the new mix project. Is that right?
The wave crossing, is it wave crossing? The hole in the ground.
The hole by the toll. Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
it's
So
gone
that's
by many.
nice.
It's gone by many names in the past, but
Yes.
most ineffectually known as the hole by the toll. Okay, so yeah, I was at that groundbreaking about a month and a half ago, something like that. Yeah, super exciting, and yeah, I've seen dirt moving over there, so that's good to see.
Yeah, that's exciting. More stuff.
I know. I have a question because I know it from Chica, but I know you guys have families. So how do you kind of mix sometimes your family with your busy schedules and making sure that you have that family time? And I'll start with Chica, and then we can go to Janelle.
Yes. So I'm pulling this out because everything goes in heat. Well, you can't see it, but it's my calendar. Everything goes into that. The kids have their sports. Track season just started. Everything is literally by the calendar. Just try and fit it in. Got to do pockets of time.
So there's one person on this podcast who appreciates that that physical calendar, and he's not on the screen right now, but he's the founder producer of The Difference, Mr. Lennon.
I have my phone calendar, but I also, if it's not written on here and I see it just goes. So I have to have both.
Yes.
Hey, Brian, let me jump in on that real quick, because I was thinking of something that I talked about a year or so ago.
I knew you'd have something to share on this.
Well, I do. So I used to bring this up in my coaching and consulting. So we will plan our big weekend. We will plan our vacations. We will plan what we're going to have for dinner. We will plan what we're going to buy at the grocery store when we go. We plan how to spend our money, but few of us plan how to make it.
Yeah.
Think about that. If you spend more time planning how to spend it than you do how to make it, there's a big disconnect in the way you're doing business.
Yeah.
Good point.
I think we had a whole month topic on strategic planning, and I mean that's well said. You're absolutely right.
So I have a question on that, Brian. But as a small business owner, I'm really curious to know that. I mean, you're always thinking about where to get, next client. Or I mean, if I don't plan, then I don't think I'm ever getting it.
Yeah, I mean, you can roll the dice and hope to get lucky, right? You can go to Las Vegas and try to get lucky at a craps table, but it's a lot easier if you have a strategic plan and something to execute, right? A process.
I have to create opportunities, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it is fun to go to Vegas and roll craps every once in a while, but it's not how I want to live my life on a daily basis. That's for sure.
No, money is too precious. I don't like gambling it.
Yeah, for sure.
How would you balance work life with kids? And I don't know if your kids are grown or bigger. I know Chica still has sons in the house. So.
She homeschools Debbie.
Right. So
okay.
So we listen very carefully and very strategically.
Yes.
Right. So homeschool, and the thing with appraisal too is it's really hard to manage in like an 8 to 5, right? So what I've had to learn to do over the years is integrate life with work. And homeschool kind of plays along with that too, because now I'm homeschooling and he may have a camp that day, and then he plays hockey. And so just sections of time, and there's there's no more anxiety or worry like, oh, this is, it's 8 to 5. So, my boss can call me sometimes and I'm like, we're at a hockey something and, we'll still talk and have a meeting and just juggling. Like Chica said, lots of juggling.
Well, Brian can relate to hockey.
I was just going to say that. I know what it's like to be a hockey parent. How old is your hockey player?
He's 10.
Oh, God help you. Okay, well, you're in for some fun then. No, that's now hockey's a wonderful sport, but if they get in, if he gets into the travel ranks and starts doing that, then you better add a few more pages to your planner because and maybe get Chica's travel business. Oh, that's awesome. Well, love it. Well, hey guys, we're up against it here. We've got a few minutes left. So what I want to make sure we do, number one, I appreciate you guys sharing a little bit more about your personal lives and things like that. That's what we really want to tease out and make sure that the audience gets to know you a little bit more on a personal level. So with that, I just want to circle back. Chica, I'll start with you first. If you can just remind the audience who you are, what you do in 20, 30 seconds, and then answer the question of what's your key takeaway from being on the show today.
Yes, Chica Nana, Wanderlust Adventures, hashtag Chica Travels, nurse, 18 years of nursing, and now I'm a travelpreneur. I absolutely love taking the stress away from travel planning, from just traveling the world. I can help you with that. Follow me. My page is Let's Wander Together. And my takeaway for today is, phone number 469-269-6918 to reach me. Shift your mindset. Are you playing chess or are you playing checkers?
There you go. Love it. Good one. Janelle, same thing to you. 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Remind everybody who you are, what you do, and what is your key takeaway from being on the show today.
So I'm your local Frisco, friendly Frisco real estate appraiser, and always happy to help answer questions, whether you're a realtor, anything to do with valuations. I like bringing people together. I'd love for you to come out and join us at our monthly event. And my key takeaway from this is just the power of collaboration. I feel like this was an event where we just all brainstormed together, and it's just so powerful working together, and I love it. And that would be my key takeaway from this.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that. And yes, that's what we do on the show, right? We collaborate together, and we're able to share it either live or on syndication after the show. So I didn't even mention that up front. Normally I mention that we are a live show. So what you see is what you get. And, we've had a great conversation today. It's kind of like we're sitting around a virtual coffee table, just having an authentic conversation. So appreciate your guys' nuggets and insights today. Thank you for sharing your personal lives with us as well. With that, Debbie and Meena, thank you so much for being co-hosts today. Look forward to doing it again next month. Next month, we are starting a new business topic, so stay tuned for that. We will be back next Thursday, 2:30 p.m., same time. Until then, have a wonderful, safe weekend, and we will see you next week. Bye, all.
Thank you for watching today's show.
The Community Difference Frisco was made possible by Brian Poduska with Real Property Management Focus, Bethany Ralwin with the B. Ralwin Realty Group, Liliana Aranda with Window Hero, Jax Kreider with PBJ Mortgage, Debbie Watson with Abrakadoodle, Eric Buchanan with Goosehead Insurance, Meena Singh, college counselor and prep coach, Sean Neidig with Chicago Title, and by Lauren Gill with My Lid Love Travel. The Community Difference Frisco. Together, we can make the difference.